What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, Crissy Mac, and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm going to actually talk about my lupus a little bit because I always talk about my kidney transplant, dialysis, and I just had a call with my doctor in regards to my lupus labs. So I figured, why not just come on here and talk to some of you, because some of you do battle lupus and that's what took down your kidneys. So if you guys know anyone that could benefit from these types of videos, please go ahead and share with them. And if you're new to my channel, what's up? Take a moment to hit subscribe to be notified when I post my next video. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm currently back on a regimen with my lupus doctor. For a while, I stopped going to the lupus doctor as often because one, I figured I could read the results. I know what it says. But two, since I got my transplant, I was taking tons and tons of blood work. And once in a while, I would just beg them, please, can you just run my lupus labs for me? And they'd be like, no, you need to go see your lupus doctor. And I'm like, please. And eventually somebody will run it for me because I'm able to tell, when I have inflammation going on, what's going on. And those numbers really do give me indication of what I need to do, things I need to change. And if it's really, really bad, then I would make an appointment to see my lupus doctor. But since I've had the kidney transplant, my lupus has been under control and I've gotten back into the regimen of actually seeing that doctor. My biggest thing is, guys, is time, right? I'm ripping and running, and my lupus doctor is not close to me. And I just feel like, just send me my results. So now we have a thing going on. I love telemedicine. So whoever created the telemedicine, I love you, okay? Because that saves me so much time, because a lot of the times when I go into those doctors, they tell you the same old thing and you got to come back, you got to get labs. It's just been too much for me. So we have a good thing going now. So he put in my labs for me about a couple months ago. He said, hey, take these labs about a week before you come in to see me. And so I called on the phone. I said, listen, unfortunately, I can't come see him. I need to know if he's offering televisits. They're like, yeah, he does on Tuesdays. I think every Tuesday he might do. So I'm like, okay, well, I need you to cancel my appointment, book me with him, because I really need to see where I'm at because it's been a while. So I ran my labs. Mind you, we have the MyChart portal so you can see everything beforehand. So I saw exactly where I was, and I said, you know what? I'm still going to have him call me and let's discuss it. So today, a few minutes ago, he called me and he asked me a couple of questions. And what I like about this doctor is, regardless if your labs are good or if they're bad, he still questions, right? Because your numbers can say one thing with lupus, but you can feel completely different. And I've learned that throughout the years. And I'm telling you, I've had some very, very hard times with my lupus. Now, so he called me, he said, Crissy, how are you feeling? I love when people ask me how I'm feeling, because I'm always asking other people, but no one ever asked me, how are you doing today? And I told him, I'm doing good. I'm a little sore because I'm working out and things of that nature. And I just kind of go over my daily routine with him. And I was just explaining, sometimes I do still get the joint pains, but it's not as severe as it used to be. And, he was just asking me what are some of the things that I've been doing. We know that the prednisone and the Celsep and things of that nature help with the lupus. So being on that automatically helps, but also diet change, right? So I'm constantly checking my SED rate. My lupus people would know what that is, because I want to know, is there inflammation going on in my body? And changing my diet and eating things that are not, I'm not perfect by any means, right? And I'm trying daily, and I fall off and I come back on, but trying to eat things that are less inflammatory to your body. So there's certain things that you shouldn't eat when you have lupus, which is hard, but I know better. And when I see those labs, I can make those adjustments. It lets me know, okay, you're getting out of pocket. I'm gonna need you to scale back a little bit. But so far, everything was good. So I told him diet change is one of the biggest things that I did. I drink lots of water, things of that nature, but just being physically fit. And a lot of lupus patients cannot work out as often as they may like, because you can, but you have to scale back once in a while, because sometimes if you're going through a flare, your joints hurt, sometimes you can't walk, things of that nature happen. So you know that you're not able to do a lot of walking, but I do a lot of stretching. So this is something that I have incorporated even on my channel here with you guys, is to stretch. Keep stretching, because regardless if you have lupus, you're on dialysis, if you had a kidney transplant, it's just a good thing for your body. You want to constantly keep stretching. So I told him that I have incorporated stretching and working out, walking, but also less stress, right? I feel like when I got into my worst phase when I was living in Florida with the lupus, you guys can go back on my channel. It's going to be many, many years ago. It shows some of those days where I woke up and I couldn't walk, my joints, where my husband had to lift me up, take me to the shower, take me to the, bathroom, all of that stuff. It was so much, but I incorporated less stress in my life because, like I was saying, at that particular time when things were flaring up, and it was just a really hard time in my life. I was in car sales. I was stressed out to the max. Okay. I was stressed out to the max because you're ripping, you're running. And then I had a little child at the time, and then you have family drama and everybody's coming to you. And so I've gotten to a place where I talk about this all the time, that you guys need to say no, right? If you can't do something, say no. And even if you can do it, say no, because you need a break. And so I have less stress in my life, and I think that really helps me out. I'm not ripping and running as I used to be, but also just making a transition. The biggest transition was moving for me. I know a lot of people who have lupus have like the butterfly rashes on their face. I don't get that. The sun was a big thing. The sun actually caused so much joints. Sorry guys, I had to grab some water. I'm sorry. I get excited and I start talking really, really fast. My mouth gets dry and it's a wrap. But what I was saying is that the sun was so bad for me. So I had to eliminate that. And the only way I could eliminate that was to move. So transitioning here to Georgia was the best decision that I did, not only for myself, but for my family just as well. Because it's all seasons. You have winter, you have fall, you have summer and spring. You'll get all of them, right? And so it really helped me, because it's not like Florida where it's year-round hot. And so the winter time gives my body time to rest and recuperate, and we can go again. And in the summer times, yes, it does get hot here in Georgia, but I know how to adjust, right? I know how to put on sunscreen. I know how to not just be in the sun as often, try to cover up. If it's really, really hot and I'm out there, I get an umbrella. If I go to the beach or if I do anything while I'm on vacation, I just make sure that I have like an awning over me or tent or whatever you want to call it. But I'm constantly protecting myself, because I just know how important it is to not be in that sun. That sun was detrimental to me. Like I said, my doctor at that particular time when I was in Florida used to always tell me, can you sell cars at night? Because this sun is just really, really not good for your body. So those are some of the things that I have incorporated into my life. I know that there's a lot more, but those were the primary things that I have focused on. And I'm just so happy, as you guys can see, just to get that clean bill of health from the lupus doctor is amazing. It feels so good, guys, because the lupus is what took down my kidney. So if I can control the lupus at all times, then I'm praying that I can hold on to this kidney as long as possible. Because lupus is the type of thing that it can come and destroy anything at any time. You just don't know. And so with him, he said, listen, we got to make sure we stay on a good regimen. So now it's every 6 months I'm going to see him, because I don't need to see him that often. Like, I really don't, because I am getting labs in between there. But every 6 months, I'm gonna go in when I'm doing my infusions. So when they do the infusions, they're just gonna run that labs, because it's all the Emory system. So it makes it a lot easier. I don't have to run here and run there and go do all of that anymore. It's just one place. So we're gonna do the labs. He's gonna come back. We're gonna do the telemedicine, and we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna discuss what I changed, what's going on in my life, things of that nature. But right now, me and him, we both feel like if I continue on the same regimen and I don't change anything, I should be good to go for some time. So the only thing that can cause me to is my eating, being out in the sun, and stress. And right now I'm keeping all of that at bay. So I just wanted to come on, guys, because I got a clean bill of health. I feel great. If any of you guys are battling lupus, please let me know. I always like to know where my lupus warriors are, because that is a tough fight. Because that's not a fight like, you know how you have like dialysis and you feel like you know what's coming. No, this is a tough fight. You don't know when you wake up in the morning how you're actually going to feel. So kudos to all my lupus warriors that get up every day, that grind, that just try, right? But make sure you're taking care of your health. Make sure you're going to see your doctors and getting those labs, because it's really important. And if you are deciding to get on certain types of medications, ask questions. Did you hear me? Ask questions, because there are different types of medications and you just want to know what you're getting into. There are some chemo medications, there's just a whole bunch of different types. You got to figure out what's best for you, but you need to communicate and just be able to articulate yourself where these doctors understand you and know where you're coming from. Me, nobody's running all over me. Any doctor, any dialysis center, whatever, they know Crissy Mac don't play. Like, you're not just gonna give me anything. You need to explain to me thoroughly why you're giving me that drug and what are the side effects of that drug. What are the pros and cons of me taking this particular drug, right? But yeah, guys, so I'm all good. Lupus is under control right now. Let's keep it. I'll probably make another video in 6 months, let you guys know if anything has changed. But right now, everything is smooth sailing. All right, guys, if you have any questions in regards to lupus or just the transplant or even dialysis, comment below and let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on my next video. See you guys next time.